Hey, Puzzle Pieces family. It's Friday again, and we're back for another Friday wrap up. This week, we studied Genesis chapter 46 and 47, two chapters that showed us that God's silence never means his absence. For years, Jacob lived with grief, confusion, and unanswered questions. Then, at the edge of a major transition, God finally spoke up again, reassuring him not to be afraid of the unfamiliar. So, let's get into some key takeaways we can take from this chapter. God often speaks again right before a major transition, not with new information, but with fresh reassurance. So many times in our journeys, we feel like, God is silent and he's not giving us any answers. However, what he will do is come to you just to reassure that he is with you, he is for you, and to continue to keep going. And many of us can relate to that, being that many of us are in seasons of wilderness or long suffering. But God is faithful and he will speak and reassure you, whether through a personal encounter, whether through a sermon, whatever he chooses, to let you know, keep going, you're on the right path. His silence is not distance, it's preparation for what's next. Many times, we feel like God is not near us, or there's a large gap from the time that he last spoke to us to the next time that he does. But we have to realize that God's silence is just us going through our examinations where he's watching us and refining us, not through voice, but just to see if we have been capturing all the things that he's been teaching us. Every time you go through a season or a period where you don't hear God so much and is very silent, remember that he's not ignoring you. It's all preparation, to help build you and to make you stronger. When you obey, even when it's uncomfortable, you position yourself for divine favor. So many of us are in this place where God has been telling you to do something, to be faithful with it, and maybe you don't see it taking off. Maybe that's a ministry. Maybe that's a business he told you to do, whatever it is. Or maybe it's even moving to a certain place and you find yourself having difficulty or it feels very uncomfortable. What we have to realize is that again and again and again in the Bible, the Lord shows us these examples. With Abraham, he told him to go to a place. With Isaac, as well, he had him go from place to place. Then we had Jacob. We already know the story of Jacob because we just are about to wrap up this, these chapters, or should I say this book, spending the majority of it focusing on the life of Jacob. And then you also have Joseph, the uncomfortable places where God prepares you and teaches you and trains you for divine favor. The same God who led you to the wilderness is the same one who will lead you out and provide for you while you're there. For every person in the Bible that God has sent somewhere or asked them to do something, not only was he present with them, but he also provided for them, whether that was a place to stay or other people as well, maybe destiny helpers, we want to call it, to come provide and help them as well. The same God who led you will faithfully lead you to the next place when it's time. So as we go into the weekend, here are some reflective questions we can ask ourselves. Can you recall a time where God's silence actually prepared you for something bigger? Where is God asking you to trust him in a transition or unfamiliar place? What in your life is beginning to make sense now that you can see God's hand behind it? How can you show gratitude today for the way God has proven his faithfulness? So spend this weekend reflecting on these questions, and we'll see you back on Monday for another week of lessons.